Hi there, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card. This is called a Scalene triangle. And I made this the other day and I've had quite a few requests, emails actually, for me to do a tutorial. So I've got a lot of it prepared, but I'm going to show you how you cut it. So I'll just put this to one side. And you'll have to ignore the colours of the card. I'm showing you how to cut it because the others I have, like I said, prepared, but I don't have enough of the same card to do it again. So we need some cardstock that measures 8.5 by 11. We want 2 belly bands, 1 inch by 10 inches. I'll put that to one side. Some coloured cardstock, and this is a nice a bronzy pearlized. I should have given you the measurements there. So the belly bands are 1 inch by 10 inches. The coloured card is 8.5 by 11. These mats are 4 inches by 5.25. And the paper, I did say don't take any notice of these colours. This is 3 3/4 by 5.25. Now, anything else? Oh, these are the inside of the cards. So they're, let me tell you how much, what they are. 4.25 inches by 5.25 inches. That's for the insert. You want 2 of these for the belly band, and I think that's it. So I'll just put that to one side. So with this card we need to score and on the shorter side, the 8.5 side, we're going to score at 5.25 inches and 5.25 by 4. No, that's not right. So on the 8.5 inch side, we are scoring at, when I find that measurement again, 4.25. I do apologise for that. And then turn it to the 11 inch side and score that at 5.5. Okay, and I think that's all the scoring. So this is 8.5 by 11. You're scoring at 4.25 and then turning it on the longer side and scoring at 5.5. Put that away and bring out the trimmer. Now what you need to do with this is cut on the diagonal, and if your paper trimmer isn't big enough to do that, you could score so far down and then turn it to marry up with that, or use a craft knife and a ruler and do that freehand. With this trimmer, I've taken the scoring, I was going to say blade. I've taken the scoring one of these off, so I can get the paper right into the channel. I still have to snip a little bit once I've cut that. I've got a tonic paper trimmer which does do it exactly, but for some it needs to be oiled, and the noise of it is horrendous. So let's see what this does. So I'm doing point to point and then closing that. I know it hasn't quite reached the bottom there, so if I push that a bit further up, and that like that, that like that. If my head is in the way, I apologise. I have to take some off. I shouldn't have moved it because I've taken a little bit extra, but this is just a guide for you. So we can remove that and that. One day I just may be able to make a video without one little hitch. When that day will be, who knows? Okay then, so this is our paper cut on the diagonal. So we have these score lines which we'll burnish. Now what we can do with this one, well, we'll keep it like this for the moment. So we have this inside, and that's the front of the card. And then with this one, I'll still score that the same way. Like that. Now the gap's there because I cut some off. So this one will open like that. It stands that way. So this one, we don't want it to open the same way. So if we fold it the opposite way, and like that, so you see you've got this one on the left, that the top is opening that way, and this one is that way. And then you would put your mats and glaze on there, which I shall now bring in the card that I'm going to finish properly. I will use this again, possibly not this one because I've got too much of a gap, unless I can think of something else what to do with that. So we'll put those to one side and then bring in the cards that I've already cut. So same size, and we have the pink, like a pink mall effect. And what I've done is turned it kind of inside out like I showed you before, and we've got this like that. So the next thing to do is, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you about this. I'm ahead of myself. So with the two mats, again, you want to do point to point. And score. And the same with this one. That was because I know I've got some prepped, and I was rushing ahead of myself. See what happens with this trimmer sometimes. I love the trimmer, but I'm finding this very, very annoying. So let's cut this. So there's the two mats halved. And then the paper you're using, and this is where you do need double-sided. And I picked this card up, and it isn't double-sided, but it's the same principle. You're going point to point. And I'm going to cut that just to see if I can get this smooth. This is a fairly new trimmer, so the blade should still be a sharp, but you can see the trouble I'm having with it. It's a bit better. And I don't think there's anything else, so I'll put this to one side. So what you have to do with these, well, that's not right. So you would mat and lay these like so. Okay, and I've already done that, you'll be pleased to know. So we'll put those to that side and bring these in. So this is double-sided paper, and I've matted it onto, it is a gold colour, and that's pearlized. It's so pretty. So we'll take this one, and this will adhere onto the card like that. I'm going to use Scalene only because, well, I like it, but it does give you that movability that we need. So that will go on there. I'll just take this off. That's there. This one will sit very nicely there. And we'll do the same on here. These are excellent, I think, for a man card. I've got one to show you. Or did I show you the inside? Yes, I did. I've had a very busy day today, so my head has been all over the place. Just like that. Don't those colours blend really nice? Okay, we'll burnish this again. And then for the inside, I've already stamped that. I'm using a Crafter's Companion stamp, Heartfelt Sentiments, and I've used that one about good friends. So we'll get this in place. And when you stamp or place your stamp nearer the top, that gives you plenty of room to write maybe a little note in there as well. But if you're just sending it to and from, I would put the verse in the middle of the card. But again, it's all a matter of choice. And then this one. I can't see my screen when I'm recording, which is very, very frustrating. I'm waiting for my husband, who's been telling me for quite some time he's going to sort something out. So when I go off camera, it's frustrating for me and frustrating for you. So there are the two cards, and with the belly bands, I really don't like saying that word. I don't like it. So we'll put it there, turn that round, and you don't want it too tight. You want a little bit of manoeuvrability. That should do it. So we'll have some art glitter glue on here then. And a little bit on this end. So while that is drying, we'll do this one. I think I could do that one a bit tighter. Yes, I'm going to do that one tighter. I'll keep it there just until I'm finished the video. So I will put this on here. On the one I did for a male, I inked around the edges, but there was two definite different papers I've used, and I don't want it to be too pink. So we'll add some wet glue on there, like that. And to finish, let's have some pearls. I didn't get these out. Right, 3 pearls. And the last one. Let's get those in a little nearer. Okay, I'm going to adjust this band, but there we have 1 male, 1 female. Very sweet cards. So thank you for joining me today, and until the next video, take care, bye.